Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be going over 17.2 Tricky House. Now I didn't take stone apples again, but this time the boss isn't nearly as obnoxious. I do however recommend water orbs because freezing the boss is incredibly useful. The first room is just basic clearing, however there's a trick you can do to save time, and I'll show an example of it after we do a normal clear. Each of these boxes spawn 4 Betties, so make sure to use all your splash damage skills. However, there's a short delay between the boxes breaking and Betties spawning, so if you kill all the boxes at the same time, Betties don't spawn and you'll clear the stage instantly. Here's how it looks. Special thanks to Necroblade for sending me this clip and also informing me of this entire trick. This works with any class too, not just Furious Blade. I had Headhunter on from the previous run, so ignore it for now. The first Mr. Hat encounter isn't that hard, just keep beating on him. Use water orbs to freeze when possible to save a bunch of time. He isn't that tanky and you most likely will not die because he isn't that powerful. Once you pound him out of Clown Town, the main gimmick of the dungeon occurs. Basically, the wheel will spin behind him, forcing you into 1 of 3 paths. You can get either the carousel, the maze, or the chess path. I will show and cover each path one by one. Let's start with the maze path first. In my experience, this is the most common path. I get it about 70% of the time. For both rooms, there's a top and bottom path. I will only be showing the bottom. Regardless of the path you take, you're still in the same room, meaning large skills and homing abilities will hit more enemies, if not all of them. These buttons pull and push all platforms, regardless of location. They can be triggered by anyone's actions and commands, so be careful and wary of your party's locations. The bottom path always has a teleport leading to the top, however this is not the case for the top to the bottom, so send your stronger party members bottom so they can help out top easily once they're finished. Clear as usual, there's nothing else that's special here. Now then, let's move on to the carousel path. This one is just clearing with the rotating base platform rather than a flat one. I get this path around 2 out of 10 times or 20% of the time. You also have to ascend when all the enemies on your floor have been cleared. However, this is a two-way path because you may have to drop down as enemies might fall back down to finish them off in order to keep going. In the first room, you can drop down from wherever you want. For the second room, however, you can only drop down from where you launched up, which is what you see me doing here. It's very straightforward despite the weird drop-down location. Now for the mini-boss chess section. This section isn't as hard as people make it out to be. All you need to do is collect the red and green buffs and kill the minor pieces, and then you can go and attack the king and queen to move on. If the queen is moving too much, you can freeze her as well. I rarely get this path around 1 in 10 times, and it took me 4 days of dailies to get this footage. If you take too long, the rooks and bishops will respawn, so you have to kill them again by getting the buffs again. This run was slow for the sake of demonstrating all the patterns and methods on execution, so here's a fast one for comparison on how easy this one can be. And a special thanks to Hamsam for recording this. This boss fight is much harder than the previous one simply because everything hits harder and kills you faster. There are only a few patterns to really watch out for though. He will constantly be throwing 2 grenades, which is annoying, but it doesn't do much damage and you should be able to take that. When he summons cards though, pay close attention to the shape above his head. That shape that he shows is the one you need to hide behind. After a short delay, every card will explode and deal damage except for the one that he showed. Here's what this looks like when you dodge it properly. Next up is his frame trick, which basically enables PvP when you're on opposite sides of your party. Note that a debuff per side lasts 5 seconds, so you can't keep alternating. If you have a debuff of the opposite side, you're prone to hitting and being hit. Like this. Sorry, honey. The clone he creates starts with max HP and only throws grenades. The giant hand attacks very fast and will one-shot you, so be careful. All attacks ignore iframes, rip Nova Imperator, so just do your best to move out of the way. He's mostly buffable though, so chain freezing works wonders. Just keep chipping away at him and he will fall. If you have any lingering questions, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. This is Zin signing off.